Hi everyone, this is Cynthia. This is your weekly horoscope for July 7th through July 13th. Aries. With the new moon on the fourth house of home, the week will be focusing on the home. Now, Uranus actually falls in your second house of earned income during this new moon. So the next 2 weeks may actually be reflecting financial opportunities and investments. You could be purchasing a home or even selling a home. You could also be making financial transactions relating to the home. This is actually going to be a great time for you, and this could be a time for you to relocate, renovate, or make changes around the home. Mercury enters your fourth house of home on July 11th, so the next few weeks can actually bring negotiations and signing of contracts, especially around July 12th. By July 13th, it's a very positive social time for you, and the focus may actually turn to love and relationships. You could be meeting somebody new or connecting with someone that could bring about a long term connection or relationship. Taurus. With the new moon on July 9th falling in your third house of short trips, communication, traveling, siblings, and neighbors, the next 2 weeks can bring about quick short trips out of town or someplace nearby. Mercury will also enter your third house on July 11th, so expect communication and transportation and short trips to increase. It could just be that you're just doing more errands and running more short trips around town. Communication will increase through emails, text messages, and phone calls. You could also purchase a vehicle, computer, cell phone, or telephone. One of those days to keep an eye out for will be around July 12th. That's actually a day where I feel there could be some transaction. Maybe you purchase a car or a new cell phone. And then also, July 13th seems to be a really good day where you may easily find yourself interacting and communicating with family and friends. It's also a really good time for you to um, see an increase of communication with family members, especially aunts and uncles, cousins. So the week is actually going to be very active. The only day to keep an eye out for that can be a little concerning will be July 8th, when it can bring about some disruptions or changes in schedule. Gemini. The new moon on July 9th will actually fall in your second house of earned income. The next 2 weeks can bring a time for you to get a new job, a raise, or even find a new source of income. Uranus will actually be supporting this new moon from your 12th house of secrets and solitude. So there could be an opportunity that comes about secretly or in private. Mercury does also enter your second house of earned income on July 11th. So the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks actually, can bring about negotiations and agreements and contracts relating to finances. Now, on July 12th is actually probably one of the significant days to keep an eye out for, because this could bring a new job, a new source of income, a new opportunity that brings more money. And then when you get to July 13th, you will actually be focusing more with the home or in connection to the home. So this could bring about maybe relocating for a new job. Or maybe you decide to purchase some furniture or change around or even create a home office. Now, I feel that this week seems to be looking pretty positive. Around the early part of July 7th and July 8th, I feel that there might be some last minute opportunities and changes that come about for you that could bring you a new source of income. So, this is actually going to be not only just a productive week, but a productive 3 weeks relating to your finances. Cancer. It's all about you and your personal wants and needs, especially with the new moon on July 9th falling in your own sign and house. Then you have Mercury falling in your own sign on July 11th. So you're actually going to have a few weeks where you're going to find yourself communicating more, texting, phone calls, having more conversations with people. You're actually even going to find yourself being more active and mobile. So getting out, taking short trips. With the new moon, it's actually going to be a more social time for you. So you may actually find yourself talking to other people, making more interactions with family and friends, and just kind of getting out more. I think, if anything, the next 2 weeks, it's actually going to be a time where you will actually find yourself reaching out to people you've lost contact with. It's interesting because you're going to be more social, especially towards like the 11th, 12th, 13th. But like I said, that's going to continue on for like a good 3 weeks. There's a good time to just get out and connect with people you've lost contact with and just have a good time. So the next 2 weeks, yeah, definitely be about you. So utilize it as an opportunity to pursue maybe new classes, courses, or just study and learn something new. It'll be quite interesting for you. Leo. Now, for Leos, the new moon on July 9th will actually fall in your 12th house of secrets and solitude. It's actually going to be a time where you're going to find yourself actually doing things more privately than being more out there. So you're going to actually find yourself being more productive behind the scenes. This could be that maybe you're putting a project together, or maybe you are pursuing opportunities out there, but you're not really telling people. With Uranus actually supporting this new moon, it's actually going to be very positive because I feel this is going to relate to your career since Uranus is currently traveling in your career house. This could actually be maybe some type of project that you're working on. Maybe this is a business venture that you're putting together and that you're pursuing. This is actually a really, really good time to get things going. Mercury is currently going to be entering your 12th house of secrets and solitude also on July 11th. I always describe Mercury in the 12th house as having so many thoughts and ideas in your head, but maybe that's why it's a good idea to write them down. So, what I always tell people is that during this period of time, you want to create and organize a game plan because you got so much going on in your head that you're kind of working over speed there. There's so much to process that you have a great vision to put things together. But if you don't kind of have a plan, you're going to get a little disorganized, or you're going to just start forgetting, or maybe even giving up, which I don't see you doing that. But you want to just make sure that you're kind of getting things in place. So a really good time where I feel all this is going to start coming together for you will actually be July 12th and July 13th. So whatever project or game plan you got going on relating to your career or something connected to your career, I feel it will pay off. It's just that you're going to feel, like I said, a little disorganized, so much going on at the same time. So I would say just write things down, take your time. It's going to come together. You'll start seeing actual productivity of it around the 12th and 13th, and it'll eventually pay off. Just have a little patience with it because it is going to be coming together. And this new moon is actually going to help you out a lot. Virgo. With the new moon on July 9th falling in your 11th house of friendships, groups, and organizations, the next 2 weeks can bring about a social time for you. Now, with Mercury also entering your 11th house on July 11th, the communication will increase with family and friends, and this could actually be a time when you see an increase of emails, text messages, and phone calls. It's really, really a social time for you, especially on the 9th and the 10th and the 11th. It's interesting because on July 13th, finances and financial transactions are highlighted for you. So this should actually be quite an interesting time for money or if you're looking for a job, that could bring about a new source of income or a job offer. The only time that I would say be a little bit careful would be around July 8th, as there could be some disruptions or changes in schedule. There could even be a disagreement or a breakup with someone, but that's only if there's been issues in the past. The overall week will be a very positive social time for you. It's just a good time to get out and connect with the people around you. Libra. So the new moon is actually going to fall in your career house. And that's actually going to bring about 2 weeks of opportunities to possibly receive a promotion, advancement, or opportunity to make more money. What's interesting is that Uranus is actually supporting this new moon from your eighth house of bonuses, commissions, joint resources, um, taxes, credit card loans. So the next couple weeks could actually bring about a job that maybe you gain additional income through bonuses and commissions, or maybe you go into a business. So there could be like a joint venture with someone that can help you produce income, property gains. Maybe this is something like investing into real estate. Now, Mercury is also going to enter your career house on July 11th in your in your career house. So the next 3 weeks will actually bring about positive interviews, meetings, and any kind of negotiating, communication that you need to do with emails, text messages with coworkers, clients, employees is actually going to be really, really positive. So, one positive career date for you will be July 12th, and that can easily bring about a great opportunity, a great connection to build on your career. Now, you are a social sign, so July 13th is actually going to be really, really positive to connect with family and friends, or maybe even build new friendships or build new connections to help you make some commissions and sales. So it's really going to be a positive week for your career, but actually, with the new moon, that'll extend for a good 2 weeks. So that should be interesting if you're really looking to build income, or maybe even change jobs, or even see if you can get a promotion. Scorpio, with the new moon on July 9th falling in your ninth house of long distance trips, foreign people and places, the next 2 weeks is actually going to bring a time where you may find yourself taking short trips or long distance trips. There could also be the possibility of taking on some classes and courses to further your career. So you may enter college or university, or this could be a time when you are broadening your horizons and learning something new, whether this is just going back to school or maybe even going to get a certification. So this is actually a very positive time for you to really take on um, new classes, courses, being open to really learning something new, and just being open to seeing what the future could bring for you. You're just kind of more open to the future. The other thing too that I keep getting is that Mercury will also enter your ninth house. So this is going to be a time where you're going to find yourself researching and just like, it reminds me like the investigator, you know, looking into studying, you know, learning something new. And sometimes it doesn't necessarily have to be going back to school. It could be all of a sudden a certain topic catches your interest and you're just reading on it and studying it and looking things up. I mean, many times I've even noticed people studying into genealogy, and all of a sudden they're into learning their ancestry, or learning, you know, where a certain culture began. You know, these little things that could take you into, um, like I said, broadening your horizons, things that you didn't know or didn't realize. Now, this could also bring about maybe learning a new culture or language. Um, Actually, a really good time to focus on the long term will actually be July 12th. So, the other thing, too, that I did want to mention is that the ninth house also rules the court system. I don't want to say that there's going to be some legal issue. If you have been going through any kind of legal issue, like for instance, you're going through a divorce, child custody, child support, this could be a time where you may have to deal with some of these issues. The good news is that this new moon is very positive. So there could be certain indications that something works out to your behalf or it doesn't get so chaotic or messy. So if there is any kind of court issue going on, it could easily be something that works out your way. But this is also going to be a time to take care of any of these kinds of issues, or if there's any tax related issues connected with all this, this would also be a really good time where you take care of it and just handle it. And I think you'll be able to feel like you can move on to that next chapter of your life and maybe even move forward after this. So that'll be going on for the next couple weeks. And there's definitely going to be a lot where you're going to find yourself being studious and just wanting to learn new things. So it'll be a really good time. Sagittarius. So with the new moon on July 9th falling in your eighth house of joint resources, taxes, credit card, loans, child support, alimony, joint resources, capital gains. So the next 2 weeks will bring about obviously financial obligations. Um, but what's interesting is that the new moon will be supported by Uranus that's actually in your sixth house. So your sixth house is your work, service, and health house. So you may be gaining through your job or through some other kinds of resources here that could be related to work. For instance, like bonuses, sales, commissions. So this could be a time that you gain in a different way. It's also going to be a time where there could be more work. More work could bring more hours or more money or some kind of overpay type of payment. Now, the one thing that will also be happening here will be Mercury also entering your eighth house on July 11th. So there's obviously going to be discussions relating to finances. It could be taxes, credit card, loans, maybe having to deal with issues with child support, so forth. Now, one day to definitely keep an eye out for is July 11th. But what's interesting is that for July 11th, and well, not July 11th, July 12th. So on July 12th, um, even though it's relating with finances, I feel that it's also going to be relating to the home. So I don't know if this is some kind of financial transaction connected to the home or maybe a purchase relating to the home. Maybe it's some renovations or repairs and you have to take out a loan or maybe even rack up the credit card for some renovations or maybe you buy new appliances. So that's going to be interesting and that'll be on July 12th. Now by July 13th, it's actually going to be more focused on um, travel and studying. But to me, it keeps coming through in the way of wanting to create. So I don't know if creativity relates to like music, the arts, or if creativity might just relate to you wanting to put something together. So it's actually going to be a very positive week financially. There could be the possibility of having to take care of some financial obligations, but I think overall, the week is actually going to be productive for you on a financial level. Yes, you may be kind of working harder for the money, but it brings financial benefits. And even if you don't see them right away, It could be down the road, or whether months later or just future. So I would say keep an eye out for that, and that should be looking pretty good. Capricorn. So the new moon on July 9th will fall in your partnership house. Now, the partner could be someone personal or professional. It could be, for instance, on a professional level, it could be a business partner, a client, customer, or someone you work closely with. On a personal level, it could be a spouse, a partner, as in someone you're dating, spending time with, or it could even be, a serious relationship. So the next couple weeks will bring a time to either collaborate and work with others that can help further your career. This could also be a time for you to focus on where you want to be in the future of your career. So this can definitely bring about time that it could actually help you to think more about where you want to be at in the future. But at the same time, when it comes down to personal relationships, it might bring about issues that need to be dealt with or worked out in the future. So a couple of the days to keep an eye out for with that will be July 8th and July 13th. So those 2 days are actually significant, where you'll have to have an interaction or discussion or communication with someone. And this can bring about some disagreement, but it could bring about resolution at the same time. Now, Mercury will also be in your partnership house starting July 11th. So that'll definitely help to work out any issues or problems. And one of those days will be actually around the 11th and 12th. So I would say any opportunity to resolve any issues, especially old issues, will really actually be very helpful for the future. Aquarius. So the new moon on July 9th will fall in your sixth house of work, service, and health. So the next 2 weeks will definitely bring about an increase of tasks and projects. This could also be more work projects. Sometimes the way that I would relate it as work projects could be tedious tasks. It could be just an increase of emails and phone calls. Now, Uranus is actually going to be supporting the sixth house, but from your fourth house of home. Maybe you're working from home. Maybe you'll be able to take your work home, or you could even develop a place to work from home. Now, if you are looking for a new job, it could be that you are looking for a job that you could do remote, even if it's not full-time remotely, but maybe part-time. And it's actually going to be a very positive time for you when it comes down to your work. The other part that I would say you would be affected by would be your health. This could be exercising to lose weight, eating healthier, or maybe even just going to the doctor. So the next couple weeks is actually going to be very good, where you will be more active, more, like I said, a workaholic. Maybe you take on another job. So this is actually going to be a very good time for that. Now, the only days that I would kind of keep an eye out for would be July 8th, as that can easily bring about schedule changes or last minute changes. After that, I would say that July 12th is actually looking very positive when it comes down to work projects. And that'll actually be very productive for you, because that could actually help you to build new connections, or maybe just go get another job that could bring about more money, or even find a better paying job. Pisces. The new moon on July 9th will fall in your fifth house of love, children, and creative projects. The next 2 weeks can bring a time for you to find love or fall in love. It could also bring a time for you to spend time with children. This could also be a time for you to get involved in sports or hobbies. Uranus is actually going to be supporting you in the third house of short trips, communication, siblings, and neighbors. This is going to be a time where you may see an increase of communication with family and friends, or even with someone close to you, including children. the next couple weeks is actually going to be a very positive time for you to also communicate with someone close to you, with Mercury entering your fifth house of love and children. Now, a positive day for your love life, 2 positive days, actually will be July 12th and July 13th. This is a great time to go out for a date. Maybe you meet someone on a dating app or on the website, or maybe through social media. So it could be that you find a new way to find love or a new way to communicate with someone close to you. Now, the only day that I would be having a minor concern would be July 8th, when there could be a disagreement with someone close to you. I don't think that will bring about any kind of major disruptions like a breakup, but it could bring about a disagreement that needs to be worked on. And around July 12th and July 13th will help in working out those issues or problems. You may have an increase of emails, text messages, and phone calls with a partner or lover or someone you just started dating. But this could also be a time to even improve communication with children. And this could also be a really good time for you to work out any issues or problems with a partner or lover, but also with a child, especially if there has been any kind of distance or disconnection. I feel this would be a really good time to work out these issues. And the next 2 to 3 weeks will be very, very beneficial for you. Thank you for checking out this video. If you want to read more horoscopes that I've personally written, please go to thepsychicone.com. Subscribe to my channel if you want to get more updates and horoscopes. Thank you for visiting.